Welcome back to the Talk podcast. I'm Linda Reed-Enever, and today we're going to jump into one of my absolutely favorite things to build when it comes to marketing and building your brand, and that is idea-rich communities. Now, I don't mean busy communities or popular communities. I mean those magical spaces where people actually share, spark off each other, and leave feeling energized instead of drained and, let's face it, used. The kind of group where one person says, what if we did this? And 5 others go, yes, and here's how we can make it even better. Those spaces just don't happen. They're created, they're curated, and they're nurtured with intention. And when you get it right, when ideas are bouncing around like popcorn in a pan, that is when your community becomes something extraordinary. So let's unpack how to build a community that doesn't just talk, it creates impact.
Welcome to the Talk podcast with ideas strategist Linda Reed-Enever. Talk is where we chat about ideas and inspiration you can use to market your business. Get ready for practical tips you can implement today with your host, Linda Reed-Enever.
Let's start with the difference between a group and community. We're going to start here because it's the first mistake people often make. A group is a collection of people in the same digital room. A community is where those people start to care about what happens in that room. Now, you've seen lots of groups out there that I'm sure that are just people in a space there for themselves, not people in a space there to support and care about each other. I've seen plenty of groups fizzle because the focus was on numbers and not connection. People joined, they posted once, they disappeared. Why? Because there was no shared energy or no sense of purpose. Well, they might have stayed around for a little while, but because of that no shared energy and no sense of purpose, they didn't hang around or they didn't remember to come back. And the difference about a group and a community is people want to come back. An idea-rich community has momentum because everyone feels like they have something to contribute. They're not just there to consume, they're there to co-create. And that's the mind shift where we move our followers to participants. So when I started the Ideas, Impact and Marketing Circle, I didn't want it to be another course library that people signed up for and never ever used. I wanted it to be alive, a space where business owners could workshop ideas, where they could share wins, test strategies, disagree constructively, and that's exactly what made the community thrive. It's what has people, come around. We run Q&A sessions, we've got the group, there's discussions in there, and people are prepared to ask feedback from each other, and they refer to each other, and that's what makes that community amazing. The moment that the member of a community feels like their ideas matter, we've moved from group to community. We've moved into the world of creating real impact. The second thing about creating an idea-rich community is we need to set the tone early. We want curiosity over competition. Community reflects the energy of its creator. It always will. So if you show up curious, open, collaborative, others will follow your lead. From day one, I make it clear that no question is too silly or no idea is too small in both business, and our Ideas, Impact and Marketing Circle. And that's how creativity grows. It's safety, not scrutiny. The most idea-rich communities I've ever been part of are the ones where the members celebrate each other's experiments even when they flop, because failure sparks a dozen new thoughts and teaches us what we need to know next. If you want to encourage that in your space, start by modeling it. Share your own work in progress and ideas. Talk about what you're testing, what's flopped, what surprised you. And when people see you being human, they relax. And that's when they are able to share their real ideas, their moments, their failures, and their experiments along with you so that you can help and support them along with the rest of the community. Not everyone is going to contribute to your group in the same way. So encourage contribution in different ways. Some people love to talk, others prefer to write, others like to observe quietly until they trust the vibe. An idea-rich community gives everyone permission to participate on their terms. So in the Ideas, Impact and Marketing Circle, I've got members who jump into every live call, who've even upped the ability to jump into live mojo calls, and then others who quietly watch the replays in the background, and then they post in the group with their thoughts later. Both types are adding value. The trick is to design opportunities for both types of participation. So discussions, polls if you've got them, feedback threads, opportunities to have discussions and share tips, different doorways into the contribution. And when someone does share something, respond, acknowledge it. That little moment of validation is key to keeping this community successful. So that's a great angle. Or you've just given me another great idea. Or how about this? And give them that celebration and those yay moments. Over time, that's what turns your quiet members into the contributors. Now, a group wants to have rhythm to flourish. We're not looking at routine, we're talking about rhythm. Communities fall apart when they're chaotic, but they also stagnate when they're too rigid. You want people who have a rhythm they can count on, regular events, themes, and some prompts, but without it becoming too predictable. You've got to mix it up. I've just finished mixing up some of the pre-programmed posts that we run in business. And in the Ideas Impact and Marketing Circle, we've got our monthly Q&As and our how-to live sessions that change every month, and the Q&As are what happens in spontaneous moments, but people know that that's always there for them, but they also know that they can come into the group and talk regularly. And if we notice there's a change or something's buzzing, we will create something around that balance keeps our energy alive. Think of your group's rhythm like music. Give people something to dance to, but the occasional surprise beat that allows them to keep coming back. What I've learned over the years that when ideas are acknowledged, they multiply. So celebrate the shared wins and sparks that your community share with you. When someone in your community shares something clever, spotlight it. When someone collaborates, celebrate it. And even if something is as small as, hey, that post you shared last week inspired me to do 3 new projects, it will send a ripple effect through the group. You're not just recognizing contribution, you are reinforcing the idea of culture sharing and building a community that can actually grow. If you really want to take it up, you can create a community ideal wall or a digital physical space where members can post light bulb moments and things they've tried. We try to do that in regular threads in our groups, and it starts to become a little bit contagious as people start to share things in. Here's one important thing. When you want to build an idea-rich community, you can't be the only voice in the room, so we need to keep our egos out of it. I know it's tempting to feel like you've led every discussion, answer every question, or have the final word, but the best communities are the ones that outgrow you a little. My favorite moments in the circle are when members start answering each other's questions before I even see them. It's great. It means I know what I'm teaching have worked. And then I know I build a culture of trust, and it's gone from Linda's group to community. The shift doesn't mean that I've lost authority. It means I've created real leadership. An idea-rich community is like a garden. You can't plant it once and walk away. You have to tend to it, water it, prune it, give it sunlight, and that means showing up consistently, not perfectly, just regularly. Drop in, ask questions, share updates, remind people to share their updates. And when the energy dips, and it will, don't panic. That's just a signal to change up the conversations, ask a new question, try a new format, or your people just might be busy for the moment. If you already have a community, big or small, take a moment this week to ask yourself, am I building connection or just collecting people? Then try this. Reach out to 3 members and ask them one simple question. What is one idea or topic that you'd love to explore with others here? That could spark the conversation and the next wave of engagement. I'm off to ask my Ideas Impact and Marketing Circle members what they would like to learn in the first quarter of next year. And if you're just starting out, remember, communities don't become idea rich because you have all the ideas. They become idea rich because you create the conditions for others to bring theirs to life. So go out there and create your community, make a space for curiosity, collaboration, and contribution. And that is where you will see magic happens. Until next time, I'm Linda Reed-Enever, Ideas and Impact Strategist, and I help you create impact by teaching you what I do.
Thank you for listening to another episode of Talk with Linda Reed-Enever. Make sure you subscribe via your favorite podcast app so you don't miss the next great episode. You can find more ideas and inspiration at energagroup.com.au.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever think about switching insurance companies to see if you could save some cash? Progressive makes it easy to see if you could save when you bundle your home and auto policies. Try it at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states.
If you want to feel more connected to humanity and a little less alone, listen to Beautiful Anonymous. Each week, I take a phone call from one random anonymous human being. There's over 400 episodes in our back catalog. You get to feel connected to all these different people all over the world. Recent episodes include one where a lady survived a murder attempt by her own son. But then the week before that, we just talked about Star Trek. It can be anything. It's unpredictable. It's raw. It's real. Get Beautiful Anonymous wherever you listen to podcasts.